Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Please type in chat window, guys. All of you get my voice on screen. Right, sir. Right, and I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Any of you are attending as a new persons today? Any of you are attending today new? Any of you are attending today as new members? Right? Right. Good. Right, sir. Fine. Anyway, then before going to start our content, and before that, guys, now tell me. Before that, now tell me, guys. Do you have any awareness on this Python, basic Python, core Python? Do you have any awareness on core Python? Right. Srinivas, Jairam. Do you have any awareness on Python, basic Python previously? Yeah, that's fine. Good. So anyway, so in advanced Python, what we are going to have content, what I'm going to discuss with you, just one time a review of this total content, what I'm going to discuss there in the case of this advanced Python. Then after that, I will start today advanced Python, guys. All of you listen carefully. All right. That very first topic would be object orientation. Oops, it's lengthy one. Here we are going to understand this object orientation. Then after this, next thing will be exception handling. Exception handling, of course. And before this, okay, no problem. Before this exception handling, here we have to understand the second point will be packages, modules, basic awareness and modules we completed. Now here we have to understand and packages. Next one is exception handling. After this exception handling, we have to go for file handling, file handling. Then after this file handling, next one is multi-threading, file handling. Next one is multi-threading. After this multi-threading, PDBC, Python database connectivity. That's it. After this PDBC, Python database connectivity, regular expressions, regular expressions, and web scraping, web scraping. Then after this regular expressions and web scraping, we will go for decorators. Next one is generators. Then after this decorators and generators. Next one is I'll go for assertions. After these assertions, I'll go for logging, Python logging, logging module, logging we are going to understand. After this logging, right, sir. Now next one is Python GUI. Then here we are going to discuss tkinter, tkinter. After this GUI for tkinter, right, sir. Now next content will be modules. I will start. What are these modules here? I'm going to discuss there. NumPy will discuss there. Then after this NumPy, then 14th one would be, and before this NumPy, so I need to go for Say for example, 13th topic, then what I'm going to discuss is there, math module. Next one is random module. Then after this random module, date to time module, date to time module. Then after this date to time module, next topic would be like numpy or numpy. Then after this one, the next topic would be pandas. Then after this pandas, the next topic would be data visualization. Like in data visualization, matplotlib, matplotlib, data visualization. Next one is like which one? Matplotlib in data visualization. Then Seaborn, Seaborn. Right. So now, of the data visualization, both are coming under like what I'm telling. Seaborn. Both are coming under data visualization part, matplotlib and Seaborn. So these are overall the topics which are going to be discussed here. Next one is one more thing. Then here we have to understand like which one sockets, and that I have to include in the middle. No socket. The topic I have to include there. So these are the overall topics what we are going to have inside this advanced Python. So these are the various topics we are going to have some content guys regarding this advanced Python. Right, sir. Max, this content will be discussed there. If anything is required, maybe as per my possibility, I will check it and I will discuss about this content in the future. But as of now, these are the topics which I am going to be discussed inside this advanced Python. Good. Guys, all of you up to this clearly. From now onwards, every day is working day. Even on Saturdays and Sundays also we are going to have the sessions. I will take sessions even on Saturday and Sundays also. Right. Then apart from this, then what I required here, then every day timing would be 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock anyway. Then the content is going on. Just we are going to understand it. Right. That's okay, guys. Now these are the topic. Just the content point of view. If you are having any doubt on it, just I provided this content here. These are the concepts here we are going to understand now. Right. You are not getting mail from webinar. No, no, no. Then this is I think Pawan is submitted mail to all of you guys. Okay. And Sonali, just one time talk with Bhavani again, admin, and she's available right now. Just talk with Bhavani and she will update it, Max, if you have any concerns regarding this. Okay, fine. Guys, just 1 minute of time. I will start it now. Give 1 minute of time, guys. Yeah, 1 minute of time, guys. I will talk with you. Right, sir. Guys, and one more question I'm asking, the duration I will discuss with you. No need to worry for that. But before that, regarding this content, do you have any doubts on this? That means, do you have any concerns on this content? Can I go to the first one, object orientation? Yes, sir. Right, right. Now, object orientation. Guys, now I'm asking one question to all of you. Try to answer for it. To prepare applications, in general, to prepare applications, as to understand it, to prepare applications, we have to use to prepare applications. We have to use the following types of applications. What are the various types of not applications, types of programming languages? Not the types of applications, types of programming languages. What are the types of programming languages here we are using now? What are the various types of programming languages here we are using, guys? Up to this now, right? If we come for this point, four types of programming languages are existed. What are the four types of programming languages? No, first one is unstructured programming languages, and the second one is structured programming languages, and the third one is object-oriented programming languages, and fourth one is aspect-oriented programming languages. Overall, these many types of programming languages are available to prepare applications. Right, sir? Good. Right, sir. Then Harish, and Thursday I took the class. I think so. On Friday I have not taken the class. Yeah, today only the next class. Right. So unstructured programming languages, structured programming languages, object-oriented programming languages, and aspect-oriented programming languages. These are overall four types of programming languages here we are having. Good. Now here I have some questions now. What are these questions here? What is my question now? What are the differences between unstructured programming languages, and structured programming languages? Unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages. This is a question, guys. Just I'll give some answers to you. Now try to understand it clearly, all of you know. Simple, very, very simple answers. Try to recognize this. Unstructured programming languages, as I'm using shortcut, no? Unstructured programming languages, unstructured programming languages are introduced. Unstructured programming languages are introduced at the time of, that means at the time of computers startup. That means at the time of inventing computers. Unstructured programming languages are provided at the beginning stages of computers. Right, in computers initially we need some programming languages to prepare our basic level programming at very initial. So at the time of introducing computer science or computers, we require some programming languages to perform some operations. By the time programming languages were introduced, they are like what I'm telling you know, unstructured programming languages. Unstructured programming languages are introduced at the beginning stage of computers. So these are outdated programming languages. These are outdated programming languages. But whereas structured programming languages are not outdated programming languages. Structured programming languages are not outdated programming languages. Right? Why? Because later on they were introduced, not at the time of beginning stages of the computers. At the time of computers initial stages only, unstructured programming languages are provided. But at the time of that structured programming languages are not provided at the beginning stages of the computer science. This is first difference here we can understand. Good. Yes, now all of you understand it clearly. I'm giving clarity to you. Unstructured programming languages are not suitable for our at present application requirements. For our at present application requirement, they are not suitable. But whereas structured programming languages are suitable for our at present application requirement. As one question, simple question I'm asking to try to understand it clearly. For example, if we take almost all, if we take 15 to 20 years back, if we take 15 to 20 years back, or nearly 15 years back, if we take now, check the situation of these mobile phones now. How many mobile phones are available and who has taken, who has the mobile phones now? Check the mobile phones now. And which type of mobile phones are available? Just try to check it. Just 15 years back, if you check now. And 15 years back, if you check now, that mobile phones are maybe then 20 years back, if you check now, that mobile phones are like what I'm telling to you, maybe Nokia standard piece, Nokia standard phones, like 1500 or 2000 or 2500. Some phones are available there. Standard pieces are available. Nokia, right? Is it possible for you to use that Nokia standard piece now at present? Are you able to use that? Is it possible? Come on, guys, answer for my questions whenever I'm asking these questions to you. Is it possible for you to use that Nokia standard piece now at present as per our application, as per our requirement? Is it possible, guys? Huh? No, no, not possible. Why? Why no? Why it is not possible? Tell me, you have to give answer for it. Why it is not possible? Why it is not possible, guys? So it's totally outdated. That's fine. Outdated in the sense, then is it satisfying your requirements? Is that Nokia standard piece is satisfying your requirement? Your requirement is what? What is your requirement now? Smartphones nowadays, that's okay, fine. But what is your requirement? What is the requirement to use smartphones nowadays? Now tell me. Say, for example, I want to go for WhatsApp chatting. WhatsApp feature I required. If I want to go for WhatsApp feature, I require internet connection. So internet facility is required. Right. Is it possible with Nokia standard piece to have WhatsApp chatting? That's not done. Is it possible to use that WhatsApp? Is it possible to perform WhatsApp chatting with Nokia standard piece? No, no, not at all possible. So we require definitely then at present newly updated phones. That means smartphones we require. Next one. I want to open the YouTube and I want to see some Python related articles. I want to see some videos. I want to see. I want to see some videos on YouTube. Is it possible with the Nokia standard piece? No, no, it's not possible. So definitely we require, like what I'm telling we require some other. We need to comfort like some other. That means smartphones we require. So because of that reason, we are using smartphones. That is one thing. Next one is yes, exactly to check office mails. Yes, phone sir. Just to check office mails and watching videos. All these things are not possible with the older one, but these are requirements actually. Watching videos or maybe checking mails or maybe and what next one, WhatsApp chatting and all these things are our requirements. But as per our requirement, that phone we required as per our present requirement only. So that's why what I'm telling you, so smartphones people are using. Similarly, in the olden days, people are using unstructured programming languages to prepare the programs. That is their requirement at initial stage of the computer science. But at present requirement is we don't require that initial stages now. We require some updated content kernel. So if you want to satisfy our updated requirements, there we have to go for like what I'm telling structured programming languages. So unstructured programming languages are outdated, whereas structured programming languages are newly provided programming languages. So that we require. Examples, guys. Just I want to say, what are the examples for unstructured programming languages? If you have to this, say for example, Fortran. Right, so Fortran is one thing. Next one is like what I'm telling basic, basic and Fortran. Fortran is first comparative programming language, and basic is first interpretive programming language. All these are first programming languages on first generation languages now. So they are not utilized for our at present application requirements. But if you come for the structured programming languages, what are the various examples for the structured programming languages? No, C and Pascal, and if you have to this some other programming languages, these are like which one? Structured programming languages, guys. What I'm telling you. Right, sir. After that, listen carefully. Point number 3 here. I'm telling to you guys. All of you observe this clearly. Another difference. Another difference would be unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes to prepare applications. Unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic code to prepare applications. What is this mnemonic code actually? What is this mnemonic codes? Guys, observe this clearly now. Assembly language codes. The demonstrations would be like what I'm telling you, move. Next one is like which one? Store. Then after that, add, sub, mul, and div, and so on and so on and so on. Number of comments are available. These are like what I'm telling unstructured programming language code on. Unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes. Mnemonic codes are like what I'm telling there: move, store, add, sub, mul, div, and so on. These kind of things are existed. These are like what I'm telling unstructured programming language using mnemonic codes to prepare applications. So they are assembly language code, somewhat low level codes. But structured programming languages are using which type of code, guys? Now tell me now. Structured programming languages are using, right, sir, are using high level syntaxes to prepare applications. High level syntaxes to prepare our applications now. All these high level syntaxes are existed in the case of structured programming languages. So best example, what I'm telling so move, store, this kind of things are not available to perform this addition operation. Operators we are going to use to perform subtraction operation, and minus operator here we are able to use. Not only that, number of concepts are available. If condition is available, for is available, switch is available to define this flow of execution. These many things are existed here. So they are like what I'm telling structured programming languages. Unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes to prepare applications, whereas structured programming languages are using high-level syntaxes to prepare our applications. Examples are like what I'm telling data types we are able to use. Data types like int comma and float comma, right? What I'm telling here, and a long and so on and so on and so on. Some data types here we are using. Then apart from this, if condition, next one is a switch. Then after this switch, if and a switch. Then after that, break. Next one is a continue, and so on, like these flow controllers. So all these are like what I'm telling they are high-level syntaxes that we are going to understand. All these are high-level syntaxes now. So when high-level syntaxes are available, our application development is becoming as very simple. But whenever mnemonic codes are available, our application development will be complex here. That's why unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes to prepare applications, which is very difficult to prepare applications. But whereas structured programming languages are using high-level syntaxes to prepare applications, and which are very simple to prepare our applications. This is another point, guys. What I'm telling you. Next, one more point I'm telling to you. Try to understand it now. Unstructured programming languages are unstructured programming languages are not having proper structure to prepare applications. Unstructured programming languages are not having proper structure to prepare our applications, but whereas structured programming languages are having proper structure to prepare applications. Unstructured programming languages are not having proper structure to prepare our applications, whereas structured programming languages are having proper structure to prepare our applications. The names are giving clarity like this: unstructured and structured. Unstructured not having proper structure, whereas structured programming languages are having proper structure to prepare our applications. One more thing, one more difference here we have to identify now. Unstructured programming languages are using only go to statements. Unstructured programming languages are having only go to statements to define flow of execution. Unstructured programming languages are having only go to statement to define flow of execution. So only one statement. But structured programming languages are having number of statements, number of flow controllers to define flow of execution. What are the various flow controllers are existed here now? If you have to this example here, if else, then what next one can switch it. If else, I'm telling to you, if else, that means Next one is a switch. Then after that, for. Next one is like what I'm telling you, while. Next one is a break up. Next one is like what I'm telling you, continue. And so on and so on. Number of statements are available. All these statements are used to define flow of execution. So structured programming languages are having good flow of execution, but whereas unstructured programming languages are not having good flow of execution. This is the point, guess what I'm telling you. Next one is then after that, after completion of this, what about the next one here? Regarding this unstructured programming languages are not having functions of feature. Unstructured programming languages are not having functions feature. So it is not providing. So no code reusability. So whenever we are having functions feature, their code reusability is existed. But whenever functions feature is not available, their code reusability is not going to be provided. Unstructured programming languages are not having functions feature, But whereas structured programming languages are having functions feature, it will improve, it will increase code reusability. It will increase like what I'm telling you, code reusability. Right, so now these are overall differences between unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages. All of you guys observe this clearly. First of all, what's the point I'm telling you? To prepare applications or to design and prepare applications, number of programming languages types are available. What are the various programming languages types are existed now? First one is like what I'm telling you, unstructured programming languages. Second one is the structured programming languages. Third one is object-oriented programming languages. And fourth one is aspect-oriented programming languages. These are overall 4 types of programming languages are existed. Next one is then after that. Here we have a question now. What about our question here? What are the differences between unstructured programming languages and structured programming languages? These are question guys. Now for this question here, we have to give answer no. Unstructured programming languages are introduced at the beginning stages of the computer science, and these are outdated programming languages. Structured programming languages are not outdated programming languages. They were utilized at present for our application requirements. Next one is unstructured programming languages are not suitable for our at present application requirements, but whereas structured programming languages are suitable for our at present application requirements. Next one. Unstructured programming languages are using mnemonic codes to prepare applications like examples move, store, add, sub, mul, div, and so on and so on and so on. But whereas structured programming languages, structured programming languages using high-level syntaxes to prepare applications. So, like, what are the various high-level syntaxes? No data types like int, float, long, and so on. If, switch, break, continue, and so on. What I'm providing there. Next one is after that. Unstructured programming languages are not having proper structure to prepare applications, whereas structured programming languages are having proper structure to prepare our applications from. That's it. Unstructured programming languages are using only go-to statements to define flow of execution, whereas structured programming languages are having a number of flow controllers to define flow of execution. What are the number of flow controllers here? Guys, all of you observe this clearly. If else switch for while break continue like this, we are having number of flow controllers. Next one is unstructured programming languages are not having functions of feature, so code reusability is not available. But whereas structured programming languages are having functions of feature, it will improve code reusability. Code reusability will be increased in the case of structured programming languages. Right, guys. Now, this is what exactly the point that I'm telling to you about this content. Good. Next one is then after that, immediately we are having one more question now. What about this another question here? Now tell me, guys, by seeing this overall points now, which programming language is suitable for us? Is that unstructured programming languages or structured programming languages? Which programming language is suitable for us? Is that unstructured programming languages or structured programming languages? What is suitable? Right, sir. I'm asking one question to you. By seeing all these points, which programming languages are suitable for us? Unstructured or structured? I'm sure structured programming languages are suitable. Structured programming languages are suitable, not unstructured programming languages. Right. Okay, good. But structured programming languages are very good, no? But still, what is the requirement to come for object-oriented programming languages? Then what is the requirement to come for object-oriented programming languages? If structured programming languages are very good, then what is the requirement to come for object-oriented programming languages? No, right, sir. So that is my question now. My question would be, what are the differences between structured programming languages? What are the differences between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages? This is my required question, guys. All of you have to this clearly. This is my required question. Everybody has to understand this. Because of this particular question only, today I'm discussing about this total topic. So what are the differences between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages? Because of this question only, I'm discussing today this particular topic. Right? Yeah. Tell me guys, now some few differences I'm telling you, now try to understand it. Guys, now you have to believe C programming language is a structured programming language or not. Can you tell me guys, C programming language is a structured programming language or not? Yes. C programming language is structured programming languages. Python, Java and Python are object-oriented programming languages or not? Tell me, you only tell me. Java and Python are object-oriented programming languages or not? That's it. So, uh, structured programming languages, example is C programming language. C programming language is structured programming language. Whereas Java is like what I'm telling you know, object-oriented programming languages. That's okay, fine. Right, sir. Good. Now, yes, Sonali, right, sir. That, but in a different context, it will be okay. If I'm going to talk about database technologies, maybe structured or unstructured, then that's okay, fine. But now, programming languages point of view, I'm talking now. Programming structure point of view, I'm talking now. Right now, what is the point I'm asking to all of you guys? Yes, I'm giving one simple assignment. What is that assignment? No, take C programming language and prepare a bank account application. Account maintenance. That means only account. Represent account. Represent account in C and in Java or Python. No issues. In this case, represent account in C and Java and Python. Or anyway, our present concept is Python. Now try to take this Python. Then where we are able to get simplicity? That's my question. Where it is simple to prepare our application? That's my question. Come on, guys. Now tell me where simplicity we are able to get. Where simplicity here we are getting. Now tell me. All of you guys, you have to respond for my question. Where simplicity here we are getting? Example. Then why I'm telling to you like this? If we take C programming language, where if you want to perform this account and its operations, what we have to take now? Anyway, I'm not good at C programming language, guys. Just I'm giving some steps to you know. We have to take structure. We have to take structure with the name account. Next one. Then after taking that, now declare variables and functions. Declare variables and functions inside structure. And third one. After this, the third one would be declare a pointer variable. Declare a pointer variable to refer structure. Okay, fine. Then access. Fourth one is like what I'm telling you know, access members of the structure. Not only that. So whenever we are trying to declare this pointers and struct now, there we can go for unions maybe, or there we can go for like some other file system maybe. So a number of things we are going to use. Just only simple example I specified to you, like normal things. But structure we have to take, variables and methods here, functions here we have to take, and a pointer variable we have to take to refer the structure. But whenever we are using pointers, then basically automatically confusion will be increased. So the process will be difficult approach. That approach will be difficult approach in the case of C and C++ if you want to represent a particular account in a bank application. Understand what I'm telling you? But if we take this object-oriented programming languages, maybe Java or maybe Python, whatever it may be, I'm asking you to know, if you take these object-oriented programming languages, only 4 or 5 steps. What are these 4 or 5 steps? No, first to declare a class. Declare a class. Inside this class, declare variables and methods. Declare a class. Inside this class, declare variables and methods. Next one is create object for the respective class. Create object for the respective class. Then next one is access the members of the respective class. First to declare a class. Next one, inside this class, declare variables and methods. Next, after that, create a object for the class. Create object for the class. Then after creating object for the class, then what next one you know? After creating object for the class, then access the members of the class. That's it. Process will be very simple. Process will be very simple. Not required to take much about it. But in the case of C, pointers we have to use, unions we have to use, storage records, storage registers we have to use. So many concepts we have to use, but they are giving difficult approach. They are providing difficult approach to prepare our applications, no? But whereas in the case of this Python, or maybe in the case of object-oriented programming languages, it's very simple to prepare our applications. That approach will be very much clear. So finally, by providing this example, what is the point I'm telling to you? Where easiness is available to prepare our applications, where easiness is not available to prepare our applications, I want to target this particular point. So by that we are able to understand clearly, structured programming languages are providing difficult approach to prepare applications. But whereas object-oriented programming languages, which may be Java, or which may be and Python, or which may be anything, whatever it may be, object-oriented programming languages are providing simplified approach to prepare applications. This is point number one. Structured programming languages are providing difficult approach to prepare applications, but whereas object-oriented programming languages are providing simplified approach to prepare applications. That's it. This is first point here what I'm telling you. As for example, I'm asking one more question to all of you. Now try to answer for it. All of you listen carefully, guys. For example, this is my program. This is my program, no? Now inside my program, Number of instructions are available. These are like number of instructions are available. Understand, guys? Like this, we are having number of instructions. This many lines of code is available. Say for example, 10,000 lines of code is available in my application. Good. But here my point is, we are not going to provide, we are not going to implement a program directly for this huge requirement. This is a requirement. This is a requirement set. Here overall 10,000 lines of code is available. We are not going to provide implementation directly for this total huge requirement. So what we have to do? If we are not providing implementation for this huge requirement, then what we have to do? What is that simplified process now? Simplified process would be like what I'm telling you. Divide this total requirement set into number of sub requirement sets. Divide this total requirement set into number of pieces. Now I want to take it as a piece, a separate piece. Now I want to take it as a separate piece. I want to prove this separate piece. Again, here I want to take it as a separate piece. Now, a set of instructions we gathered as a separate piece. A set of instructions we gathered as a separate piece will provide solution for these individual pieces and integrate all the solution. Then we are able to get a big solution. Integrate all the solutions as a single. First of all, provide solutions individually. Integrate all the solutions as a single. Then provide that solution as a permanent solution, a big solution for our actual problem. Now, exactly here, the total code is divided into the number of pieces, where each and every piece in general is called as like which one? Module. Module 1, and next one is like what I'm telling you, module 2, and this is what I'm telling you directly, module 3. So just it's a in general information only, not any specific to Python. So whenever we are having coding part, multiple lines of code is available, more and more lines of code is available. Divide the total code into the number of pieces, where each and every piece is called as a module. Module in the sense, don't think about our Python files and modules. No, I'm not talking about Python even. I'm talking about generalized information. That code unit in a program, the code block in a program is called as a module. In general, we used to say like this. Good. So modules here we are getting. Guys, all of you observe this clearly. What is that next point I'm telling you? Modularization is not good in structured programming languages. Modularization is not good in structured programming languages. But whereas modularization is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Examples I'm telling you. In case of C, there is no concept like modules. But in the case of Python, there is a concept like packages. There is a concept like packages, or maybe there is a concept like Python modules. Now we can understand each and every file is treated as which one? Python module. Every Python file is treated as which one? Python module only. Every Python file is treated as like which one? Python module only. All of you guys, up to this clear enough. So not only that, packages topic is available in the case of Java and Python. In the case of Java, collection of classes and interfaces is nothing but package. In the case of Python, collection of modules is nothing but which one? A package. So in the case of Python, packages topic is available. That package is representing a module in general. That packages are able to improve modularization in our applications. So finally, then what is the point number 3 here? We are getting point number 3 would be like what I'm telling to you. Modularization is not good in structured programming languages, whereas modularization is very good in the case of object-oriented programming languages. Similarly, whenever modularization is good, the connected point would be abstraction is not good in structured programming languages, whereas abstraction is good in object-oriented programming languages. Guys, all of you have to this clear. Abstraction is not good in structural programming languages, whereas abstraction is very good in the case of like which one? Object-oriented programming languages. Right, sir. All of you have to this clear. What is abstraction here now? Nothing, sir. Abstraction is nothing but hiding. If we declare a package in our Python or maybe Java packages, whatever it may be, package is acting as a folder, not any other one. Folder is providing hiding for its internal content. Folder is not visualizing the data directly to outside. Folder is having its own data inside this. Folder is having its own internal data. It hides some data now. It is not allowing the data to visible in outside. So it is providing some restriction. So that the process of hiding the data is called as like what I'm telling abstraction. It's like exactly like what I'm telling abstraction. Right, sir. This is a point. So in the case of this structured programming languages, abstraction is not available. It is not good. But in the case of object-oriented programming languages, abstraction will be very good. Right, so that's the point here I'm telling you. Hidingness. Next one. Whenever abstraction is coming, they're automatically we're able to get security. Wherever hidingness is coming, protection will come. Whenever hiding the data, protection will come for the data. So protection in the sense security will be increased. So here, what's the point I'm telling you? Security is not good in structured programming languages, but whereas security is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Security is very good in object-oriented programming languages, but whereas security is not good in the case of structured programming languages. Why? Because abstraction. But why abstraction? No, why? Because modularization. This is one point, yes, what I'm telling you. Next one is, in the case of this, next point would be like shareability. Shareability is not good in structured programming languages, but whereas shareability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. So what about the shareability? Right, sir. Nothing, sir. One time if we define a module, one time if we define a package or module, whatever it may be, we can share that modular and package to the number of Python programs in outside. One time if we define modular package, no, that we can reuse, that we can share to multiple applications at a time. So shareability is very good, but this type of environment is not available about the shareability in the case of C and that means in the case of structured programming languages. In Python, if you declare any package or any module there, that we can share to number of applications at a time. That's why shareability is not good in structured programming languages, whereas shareability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Next point, sir. Reusability is not good in structured programming languages, whereas reusability is very good. Is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Alright, sir. In object orientation, that means, and before this, if you have to this C programming language, code reusability maybe we are able to achieve through functions. We are able to achieve through functions. But if you have to this Java and Python, no, functions content is available through the functions we are able to achieve code reusability. Next one is apart from this, inheritance is available. Inheritance is able to improve code reusability. Polymorphism is available. That polymorphism is also providing a bit code reusability. Like this, number of features are available to improve code reusability in the case of object orientation. But in the case of structured programming languages, only one approach, that is function level reusability we are getting. But not only function level reusability, we are able to get the reusability in now number of ways in the case of object orientation. So here number of concepts are available where important content will be like what I'm telling inheritance. Inheritance is one of the important factor there to improve code reusability. Right, guys. Now these are basically the differences between structured programming languages and object-oriented programming languages. Right, sir. The structured programming languages are providing difficult approach to prepare applications, whereas object-oriented programming languages are providing simplified approach to prepare applications. Modularization is not good in the structured programming languages, whereas modularization is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Right, sir. Abstraction is not good in structured programming languages, whereas abstraction is good in object-oriented programming languages. Security is not good in structured programming languages. Security is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Shareability is not good in structured programming languages. Shareability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Finally, reusability is not good in structured programming languages, whereas reusability is very good in object-oriented programming languages. Right. So next one is after this another question: what are the differences between object-oriented and aspect-oriented programming languages? Right. Yes, this question here we have to understand, and that I will discuss with you on tomorrow. Tomorrow we will see this question. Then after completion of this question, tomorrow we will start directly object-oriented features in Python. Python and its object orientation, object-oriented features in Python that we are going to understand. Once we complete this overview, then we will start classes, how to declare classes and all. One by one, we are going to understand. Right? That's okay, guys. That's all for today. And we'll meet on tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Guys, if you have any concerns about this joining formalities for this classes, no? Yes, sir. 885-252627. Where our admin is available, she is Bhavani. You can talk with her and she is able to give some clarity about this registration process for this course. Or else, if you want to mail to, just we can use Durgasoft online training@gmail.com. Use this. That's it. Then you are able to get some anything else. If you have any concerns about this one, then we are going to understand it clearly. That's it. Harsha, already you're the part of this course, right? Harsha Sai, you are attending these classes, right? Yeah. So okay, going on. No need to worry for that. Yeah, who's this tester? What's your name, sir? Tester you are writing now. No, ma'am. No, Karna Sunil, ma'am. Yeah, just if you have any problems with our all these things, just we can mail to this ID. Right. Yeah, demo link only. Demo link only. Few days of time. Just I'm using demo link. This new link. No, use this. Guys, the next 2 to 3 days of time we can use that. Then after that again we will come back to the original link. Just a few days. Already submitted mail to all of you, our admin people. Now try to contact with you. If any problems are available, just we can talk with you. Next few days of time. Yes, recordings are also be provided. No, not to worry for that. Yeah. Next few days of time, demo link you have to use. Yeah, I will give intimation to you when I'm going to change the link, and by the time I will submit that link to you. But next few days of time, we have to use the demo link only. Yeah. Yeah, recording is available for today's class also. Definitely. It will be provided to you. No need to worry for this. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.